Hello and welcome to Crypto Weeklies. In this video, we are going to discuss ETH Bitcoin, which is a pair trade based on how Ether is doing with respect to Bitcoin, conduct machine learning based price forecast, as well as some of the valuation analysis and technical analysis. None of the content is financial advice. Let's get started. So this is the ETH Bitcoin chart across multiple market cycles. Right now, the valuation is at around 0.028. That means one Ether gets you about 0.028 worth of Bitcoin. And if you take an opposite of this, if you divide ETHBTC by 1, you will get Bitcoin divided by ETH. So this is the number of ETH token that one BTC is right now able to buy at around 35.65 ETH. So the target that we had for this at around 32 ETH per BTC has been reached. We have been making this target for the last almost 2 years now, and you can check the videos that we have made related to ETHBTC on the YouTube channel. Now what remains similar from the last market cycle, if this is the bottom that the recent bottom that ETH set against Bitcoin, if that is the market cycle bottom, the key things to look for is if in the next couple of months, so from September till about January, so about in next 3 to 4 months, if ETH makes a higher low against BTC, let's say somewhere at around 0.3 or 0.34 ETH/BTC ratio, then that could be a key bottoming signal. Again, the drop in terms of ETH/BTC has been a thing to watch for in this in this bear market, that is for ETH. That never ended against Bitcoin pair. The total drop has been around, roughly speaking, 74% on an asset which itself dropped about 77%. So that's a decent sign to look for in terms of bottom. And if ETH/BTC were to go to this 0.618 in the next bull run, again, if the ETH does rally eventually against Bitcoin again, like it did in the last market cycle, you can see that in the last market cycle, if we take where the ultimate top occurred in the next bull run, again from this Fibonacci retracement about at around 0.5 fib level. So if we place our potential target for ETH/BTC at around 0.5 fib level, assuming that this is the bottom, that would be a rally of about 140%. So if Ether rallies over 140% on Bitcoin, the calculations for ETH/USD could be as follows. So if we go to Wolfram Alpha, a 140% rally on an asset is roughly 2.4x. So in ETH's current price action is around, if you look at over here, Ether is somewhere at around $2,750. And for this forecast to pan out, again, if ETH were to go to this 0.5 fib level, that could only happen if Bitcoin USD has rallied. Let's assume that Bitcoin USD rallies 60%, and with a base of about 2750, that is the ETH/USD price. In that environment, the price of Ether could be somewhere around $10,500. Again, this is not financial advice. None of the content is financial advice. So the assumptions that we made for this forecast for ETH is ETH/BTC going to again the same level like it did from last market cycle, that is from its 2017-2018 peak to its 2021 December peak. The Fibonacci levels that ETH/BTC did hit is at around 0.5 fib level. Again, lot has changed in terms of Bitcoin and ETH over the last 3 to 4 years. If a similar performance is achieved by Ether, the price could be at around again the percent gain for Ether could be at around 140%, and that could translate again on a growth assuming a growth in Bitcoin USD at around a modest growth at around 60%, which takes into the which is again assumed using the year to date ROI for Bitcoin in 2021 was at roughly at around 60%. So at one point it did go as high as about 130%. That's why we are tempering our expectations in the next bull run at around a peak at around 60%. So again, taking a half of that, and then the third variable is just the ETH price at around $2,700. That's how you get $10,000 ETH. If on the other hand there is some sort of diminished return for ETHBTC and the pair does not go to the 0.5 level and only goes to this 0.38 fib level, that level that is at around 0.05 ETH per BTC. If ETH stalls out at that is still 105% rally. So the only variable that would change in this equation is instead of 2.4x, it's roughly 2x from the current price, and assuming that Bitcoin still rallies at around 60%, the price for ETH in such an environment could still be at around $9,000 at a peak for ETH. So these are the two ways to identify peaks for Ether. If we go and check the machine learning based price forecast for this ETH BTC pair, again we already had our bear case bottom for this pair, assuming that we are somewhere at that at close to the ETHBTC macro bottom. If we look at a V-shaped recovery per the machine learning based price forecast in the next 6 months without a euphoria for ETH, the pair could be between 0.28 level to about 0.04. Again, a 0.04 level is close to this 0.236 fib level at around 0.038 fib level. So that could be a confluent area for ETHBTC. If on the other hand there is some sort of a euphoria per the model, the pair could go as high as around 0.063 in the next 6 months. And again, this model is trained on using seasonal ARIMA, LSTM and XGBoost machine learning algorithm using the price that is the ETH BTC pair price or ratio since about 2017. So that's the data set that is used, and these forecasts are also available in a tabular format. The base case is this pink line, which is again the bias is bearish because the trend has been bearish since September 2022. Although we are potentially entering this post halving phase for ETH BTC, where the pair does perform in the favor of Ether using the last couple of bullish post halving years as an example. So if going back to this 0.06 level, that is somewhere at 0.618 for Ether, if that kind of a scenario pans out for Ether on its Bitcoin pair and the pair does go to at 0.06, the rally is roughly speaking 170%. Again, you can see 0.063 on this ETH BTC pair roughly translate to 170% rally, and that is the ultra bull case for ETH. So in that case the multiplier is 2.7x, and instead of a 60%, I believe in that scenario that could only happen if Bitcoin USD grows at about 80% and not just 60% for ETH to outperform Bitcoin at such a level. And again, starting with the same base, that gets ETH USD price forecast at somewhere at around $13,400, and that's roughly, again, if you look at that kind of scenario, if you divide 13,400 divided by the current price of ETH, that gets you about a 5x from the current price level. And with that, we can conclude the video. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please give us a like and subscribe, and hope to see you again tomorrow. And hope you have a rest of the day, a nice rest of the day.